This story just came out about an hour ago. The White House wants ESPN Jemele Hill fired for stating facts, and this just came out on the Roots. Because 53% of white women decided to turn their collective backs on America, Donald Trump is in office. And since then, I haven't been able to figure out which side is up anymore. Well, Donald Trump pretty much let the cat out the bag during the Charlottesville riot that took place, what side he was on, and he was not going to say anything bad about the white nationalists, white supremacists, KKK, whatever the hell they are. So we know that's a fact. And Donald Trump already had a bad track record long before he was president, and he was just a resident of New York. On Monday, ESPN Jemele Hill dropped some jewels on Twitter in which she called the president of the United States a white supremacist who has largely surrounded himself with other white supremacists. Black America was having trouble finding the lie. It's not a lie. I mean, she pretty much put it out there, and it's the truth. ESPN then came out and apologized for Hill's tweets, not because ESPN believes she's wrong, but because ESPN is owned by Disney, and Disney doesn't play that shit. If you've been to Disney World, you know that on that day that you are surrounded by magic fake shit, you'll have a hard time believing that famine and hurricanes and senseless violence of black bodies fell by cops ever existed. But when White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders, aka Suckabee, was asked whether the president was aware of all the realness Hill posted on Twitter, Suckabee said that claims were outrageous and called them a fireable offense. Sports Illustrated Sports. No, it's funny how when white people say the N-word, you're just expressing your freedom of speech. But if black people don't say nothing favorable about you, then it's a fireable offense? Really? Well, that's pretty hard in a world where everybody don't love you. I'm not sure if he's aware, but I think that's one of the more outrageous comments anyone could make, and certainly something that I think is a fireable offense by ESPN, Suckabee said. Really? But you're okay with what Donald Trump said after the Charlottesville incident. You're okay with that, right? Okay. And here's the tweet. Here is the ridiculous clip of Sarah Sanders saying Jemele Hill should be fired over her comments on Trump. All right, I'll go ahead and play it since it's here.
Yesterday said Donald Trump is a white supremacist who has largely surrounded himself with other white supremacists. His rise is a direct result of white supremacy, period. He's unqualified and fit to be president. Why do you think, give a reaction to that? Is the president aware of that comment? And
I'm not sure if he's aware, but I think that's one of the more outrageous comments that anyone could make, and certainly something that I think is a fireable offense by ESPN.
No, it isn't. And it's not outrageous because it's true. I'm not sure if he's aware, but I think it's one of the most outrageous comments anyone could make, and certainly something I think is fireable, which I don't agree. I don't agree with her. Today, the White House press secretary used the people's podium to call for the firing of an individual citizen, Jemele Hill. Take that in. And that's from Joy Reid. When the White House has started calling for her job, I don't know if ESPN will have the heart to stand behind her, but if it matters, I stand with you, Jemele Hill. And so will my 2,000 Twitter followers. We are a small group, but we are scrappy. So there you go. You know, that's what people call her, Sarah Suckabee or Fuckabee. Can eat an entire bag of dog shit. Okay, so there were a lot of people that did not like what she said out on Twitter. But tell me what you think. It's not the first time something like that has been said, and it sure won't be the last time. You know, this just also go to show you Black people, freedom of speech for them, but not for us. And it's very obvious, you know, and it's always been this way in America. They do not want Black people speaking their minds. You're supposed to sit around and act like they are the best, kindest, good, decent, law-abiding people that ever lived on the face of the earth. They want us to be fake, just as fake as they are. Ain't happening. But tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And if you can donate to my channel, please do. And don't forget to make a donation. It doesn't matter how small or big it is. It's to help our brothers and sisters out that are in need down in Florida. You know, our government has showed time and time again, they are not going to step up to the plate and help our people in times of trouble. Peace, family.